If taking damage in fights is something that you do a lot when trying to peek opponents, so this video is perfect for you because this is every single optimal peek in the game of Fortnite that you need to learn to become the best competitive player possible. Make sure you check out the link in the description where you can get the coaching from some of the best players in the entire world, plus the best coaches in the entire world. So the first optimal peek we're going to do today is the most basic one possible. We're going to be boxed up like this. It's a tried and tested window edit, right in the middle, down center, this window edit. Super easy to do, it literally takes a split second to achieve, but doing it well is the hard part. Because there are actually some movements you can do to make this a reality good. So if we select it here, you can see there are some lines on the screen. Now you want to be behind the lines. So if you see the grey lines, that is where it's going to end up. You can see them behind it. But if we were here and we just confirmed it straight away, then we wouldn't be behind the lines, and therefore we'd be open to anyone like over here, or like over here, anyone that could shoot us. Even over here they could shoot us, like that's not good. They can shoot us from 10 miles out, like that way, which is terrible. So we want to make sure when we confirm this edit, we are behind the lines. You can do all of these optimal edits on edit on release, like this. I'm on edit on release, there's literally nothing stopping you from moving to the side and just moving your crosshair a little bit, like so. But once you're to the side and you've confirmed it, you can crouch up and jump, or you can crouch again to the side. Super easy to do. Say there's someone this side, you want to hit them, you want to finish off the build, you want to reset it. This is the most basic edit there is, and getting this movement down in creative is something you should be able to do all the time. Perfect. Another option for window edits is the better option probably, which is the side window edits. I don't like this one as much because it's super hard to get a good right hand peek unless the person is over here. But this one is great. Again, you want to look because the window is not going to appear here. So if you try to position yourself here and think you're going to be safe, you're not going to be safe. Because the window comes a little bit towards the middle. So again, look for those lines, drop to the side, pull out and go. And always make sure you got a good reset on you. You can practice your resets in creative. You practice them anywhere pretty much. You can just sit in creative and just edit the wall reset constantly, as many times as you want with good crosshair placement. So they're window edits. What about the other optimal edits we have in this game? Well, a personal favourite of mine is the peanut butter. The peanut butter should be used when the person is in a certain place. Whether that be around here, it's often best when they're in this box or in this box. In this box is a little bit dodgy because you need a much better peanut butter edit and a much more optimal one to actually hit the shots you need for this one. And if they're over here, you should not be doing a peanut butter because they can see you perfectly. Here is fine. Anything beyond the middle of the last box is a no-no because they can see straight in, and there's no point in doing an optimal peek where they can just see you. So peanut butter edit, how do we do it properly? So again, we're going to look for these lines. You can see them, they pop up more bold after a while, but you can see them on my screen. That means if we were to go here and confirm it, they'll be able to see us. Because if we look at the lines, we're above the line. But if we're here, they wouldn't be able to see us. So that is good. So we need to make sure we're moving to the side when we do a peanut butter edit. Like that. So that means they can never pre-fire us. It might even be worth just going into creative and just practicing doing that movement and going to the side. Good for your movement, especially if you're on keyboard, and good for your crosshair placement if you're on controller. Now the next part of this is the jump. Now we need to make sure if you're on keyboard you're pressing the W and A buttons for your jump. You're jumping with your W and A buttons intact. Like that. The best way to get a good peanut butter is to have a cone in your box and also have a roof above you. If you don't have a roof above you, you're going to fly slightly higher than you would do normally. So that means you're going to be able to hit by the opponent. But the reef, it kind of stops you from going as high. It bumps you back down and it's so much better. So on my opponent, which is here, this is what the perfect peanut butter edit would look like. If you watch that in replay, they would not have seen me. My friends have been known to call me the king of the peanut butter edits, and I find it hard to disagree with them because my peanut butter edits are actually crazy. Another optimal edit you can do is when someone is outside your wall like this. Now the reason why I don't mention this is because it's not going to happen very often at all. But if you notice this edit right here, it's going to leave them with their head right below here. This only works if they're on a cone and they're going to be right against your wall like here. They're not going to be able to shoot you because their crosshairs in the way and they can't see anything. But you, however, are going to be able to shoot them because as you can see, their head is above the wall. So you're going to be able to shoot them, hit them a nice little 150, maybe a 200. It's pretty much a guaranteed 200 pump, that is. It's actually kind of wild. It is an optimal peak, although it is in a very rare situation when they're outside your wall on a cone, so I wouldn't use it very often. In this situation, I think that is the best edit, doing this, but like if they're further away, do a peanut butter edit. If they're closer towards the wall, do a window edit. An edit that I've been wanting to use more recently is this one right here. So, this is an interesting one, and it is the Archway edit right here. But you might be thinking, why are you doing an Archway edit here? Most people do it this way, and this is bad. Straight out, you're just in front of everyone. You can obviously do this, which is a bit better, could be optimal, definitely. But this is by far the better edit. So you get edited like this, and you're going to dip behind this wall and get a shelved off. I personally only learned this edit trick the other day. I always thought that you should never do these edits, but they can actually be a very good and usable edit, to be honest. Like, if there's a player running past here and you hit the little one of these, then they're going to be pretty scared. In terms of optimal ramp peaks, this one's pretty optimal right here, because you have the right-hand peak. If they're on this side of the box, they're not going to be able to see you as well. They're going to have to move to the side to hit that shot. You, however, have a great angle. You can even pair it with a window edit, and you have a great, really good peak. Obviously, this one's kind of hard to do in an actual scenario. If you box someone up, it's really pretty hard to do that. But it is a good peak, definitely. And if you practice it, it could maybe be used for one day in game. This is an optimal peak for every scenario, and that is the one we have for here. The Martoz peak, when done correctly, is completely optimal. Doing this and managing to hit the shot, you gotta make sure you reset the wall really fast, or you can reset the floor. The floor also works. You can place the wall afterwards as well. Martoz peak's pretty easy to set up, and if you do it correctly, not many people will be able to catch you off guard with the shots as you jump up. Another wall edit I like to do is when I'm in a box like so, and someone is on the other side of the wall. I like this one right here. This one is a really nice edit for a multitude of reasons. Well, I have the right hand peak, I can hit them like this, and if they're over here, they can't hit me. This is an edit a lot of people use in the old days of comp Fortnite, but it's still very good. It's similar to this one, except we're not dipping to the side. You can completely stay where you want on this one, because this part of the wall is kind of protecting you. Now, when you have someone boxed up like this, when you get the doubles on a player, the unoptimal edit is this. Honestly, it's terrible. The optimal edit, well, more optimal edit is maybe this one, because you can dip off to the side, hit a nice shot there. It is still not the greatest, but it is a little bit more optimal. If you're going to do one of these ones, then definitely don't do the left tile, do the right tile. Anyway, how can you make this even more optimal? Edit the two tiles like this, and then edit the two tiles like this. You can then hit a really nice jump shot on them, and it is very optimal. Vino does this peak a lot, and that is why it's called the Vino peak in most cases. You can also do it with a lovely ramp. So I go like this, place a cone. If I get the doubles on people with the ramp instead, I can go like this, jump around, not like that. I can do this, jump around, hit a beautiful peak, and maybe even do a wall edit and everything. No one's going to expect that. Everyone expects you to just straight away do this and then get an easy shot. They might be holding their gun out, or they could be moving to their side. This allows you to get peace on them, and allows you to get the escape route locked off. This just is super, super good. If you have someone straight above you like this, an optimal peak is literally just jumping up and hitting them, honestly. It is so hard to hit someone jumping up and hitting them, because they literally have no angle on you from down below. Your head won't even be peeking up over the top, and it's going to be there for half a split second, so it's super optimal. But what's better than this? Because obviously this is a bit dodgy, you can get a cone in your box, all of that sort of stuff, so it's slightly dodgy. Well, what is a right hand peak from here? If you guessed this one, you are correct. This is a right hand peak. So that means if there is someone up there, we don't even have to jump. We can move to the side, hit them with a right hand peak, and then move to the left. A lot of people don't really think about these right hand peaks in building, but they are there. Well, they're always there. Right hand peaks are always in place. Whether you're editing from down like this, you should never go like this because it's not a right hand peak. Whether you're editing up like this, it's a right hand peak. It's not like this, a left hand peak where the other player, if they were up here, has an advantage over you because they have the right hand peak. Finally, another optimal ramp peak is going like this. So they have to be in a specific spot, but if you position yourself on the left side of the box like so, then and do this, and they're in the middle, they're going to be like this, and they're not going to be able to see you a single bit. You can see this is a complete empty spot right here. they just see the ramp because you flipped it on them. And you can see their entire body, their past, their future, everything in between. So it's just so optimal to do and hit a little 150 on them just while they're just sitting there. Now chat, I believe this is most of the main optimal peaks that are in Fortnite, and I hope this was useful to you. YouTube likes it when you watch more than one video, so click on the videos on the screen right now for more absolute bangers. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Have a beautiful day. And what do you do? Check out the Destiny Jesus Solo Superstars, link in description. I'm on it and it has made me into the GOAT, I'm telling you.